Alright, good day YouTube. I have here a 32600 INC1 Techniks tapping head. It is both a tension and compression tapping head with a 5/8 clutched tap head quick change and a 5/8 18 Guhring Red ring tap. I also have the 5/16 18 Guhring Red ring and appropriate holder. I came up with a job that I needed to tap a blind hole, hence the need for the clutch tapping head, but being a manual lathe, every time I was typing in clutch tapping head or manual tapping head, of course, a tap-o-matic is coming up. Those are not able to be used on a rotating spindle, or excuse me, rotating chuck, non-rotating tapping head. So, after doing a little research, I finally come across this, and there's not very many videos showing these, how they actually work. So, for tapping a blind hole, this right here is a clutched head, and this is its adjustment dial. I have this tap set to where when it bottoms out in the hole, the clutch will engage, and it will allow this to free spin while everything else still remains stationary and not break the tap. Now, if you will forgive, this holder has a 1-inch shank, and I have a 1-inch to an MT3 taper shank adapter. However, I do not have the drive tang on the back of this one, so it might spin. I recommend trying to find one with a drive tang. So I have this set up now. All my holes are drilled. So I'm going to make sure I get this seated in there nice and tight. It's probably still going to spin. I'm going to do the blind hole first. The 5/16 is a through hole. This is a 1566 carbon steel rotary shaft that is hardened to 25 Rockwell. And I have the lathe set at 140 RPM. And I'm going to put a little bit of cut roll on there. I've got everything locked down. Now when this bottoms out, the hole is about 7/8 deep. When it bottoms out, this right here will disengage and it will rapidly click. And then when I reverse the spindle, it will automatically lock back in and allow me to reverse the tap back out. So here I go, I'm about to end feed. And of course it's going to spin on me. There goes the clutch. I'm going to back out and put a little bit of tension on it now. I'm going to keep tension on it. That way when the tap pops out of the hole, it'll snap out just like that. I'm going to do the same quick change holder. For this 5/16. To take these out on the Techniks, you snap all the way back and they pop out. Alright, now just gonna tap this through hole really quick. And for anyone wondering why I'm stopping the spindle instead of just hitting the instant reverse, the lathe is single phase, so I don't have that nice automatic reversing feature that 3-phase has. And I've just now tapped a 5/8 and a 5/16 hole, and I've not took out my back trying to hand tap it. This has been a really nice feature. I do have another one here that is a Biltz style head and it is a friction clutch like that, like this, except you adjust the clutch by twisting this dial back here, pushing it in, twisting it. And it has actually got a keyed jaw set up like your 3-jaw scroll. You put in your drive key right here and it tightens these 3 jaws up against a tap. When the friction clutch trips on this one, it's just one click, it free spins, and then when you reverse the tap, or when you reverse the chuck or reverse in the mill, it's going to automatically lock back in and allow you to reverse the tap. It is also a tension compression, but it's got a built-in MT3 shank with the drive tang, which is nice. I was going to order another one of these for this job instead of the Techniks, because I do love this one. I don't know how much one costs. I was going to quote it, but it was going to be a 12-week lead time to get it. I do really love this one though, but like just quick changing these with a quick snapback is really nice, and I can have each chuck set. I don't have to fool with resetting this for each individual tap, and I don't have to put the key in to change for each tap. This is a really nice tapping head. I paid around, if I remember right, I got the sheet here. I don't think it says, it's just a packing slip. It is, it does not, but I ordered this from All Industrial Tool Supply, and if I remember, it was about $500 for the body and about $100 a head for the clutched heads. You can get the standard, it helps if I lock it down. You can get the standard heads. They're just a solid body, no clutch. They're cheaper, and that would be what you would use in a CNC setup, floating, where you can control, say like, you know, your chuck's going to do an extra couple revs, you can program it shallower and let it follow in. Or you can use these and let it follow in, and if it bottoms out, it just gives you a little added protection with the clutch so you don't break a tap. So this one can be used either or, manual or CNC. I can use this one, this specific head, with it having a 1-inch shank. I can use it either here, or I can get an R8 to 1-inch adapter and throw it in my mill. Or you can get the solid heads and just run them in CNC and still have the added benefit of having the compression just in case it's not a completely synchronized spindle on an older machine. And that's about it. I really like this holder. I wasn't really sure going into buying one of these because I'd never used one of these before. I was used to this little Biltz one that I bought. I actually didn't buy it. I bought some used equipment and it came with it, and I've loved it. It's been a great little tapping head, but 12 weeks out and I was really needing this because I didn't want to blind hand tap all these holes, and I'd been looking at upgrading my tapping head to get a bigger capacity. That Biltz tapping head will only go up to about a 1/2 inch, or if you can find a tap that's maybe 5/8 that will fit in it. I have a couple taps that are a 5/8 diameter that did fit in it, and I were using them, but these taps wouldn't. So I figured it was just time to bite the bullet and upgrade. So I guess that concludes this for this video. Any questions, just leave down below. I will also leave a part numbers for this in case anyone is interested. And this has been a nice little setup. Again, this has been a nice little setup. I just wish I had a better MT3 holder that has the tang on it. It's got, you know, probably noticed I took a bolt and put in the back of it, and that was just because where it was short, I couldn't back the quill in and pop it out. I had to actually take it all the way out and use a drift to knock it out. But I'm thinking about going ahead, if I can't find any, if anyone knows any that's already made, let me know. But I'm going to probably end up making a little flat tang that screws in here, Loctite it in like I've done with this, and that'll hopefully take the spinning out. But other than that, like on the 5/8 tap, once you get it pushed in far enough to actually put a little more pressure on the taper, if you don't get it seated in when you hammer it in like that, it'll lock in like I just did in the video. But I guess now that is all I've got to say for this. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.